of the night when the stars align, there's a place you can go where the stories unwind. Slavs in the chair bringing news from the skies. All things DC, it's where the truth lies from.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Watchtower where we talk all things DC. This week is a fun, special week because we got some big information regarding Superman. We've got a new special extended look that we have to talk about. And with me, I tell you what, guys, I'm just going to bring them on. I'm just going to bring them on because I'm excited. We got Ben.
What's going on?
Real Anarchy here.
Thank you for having me, dude. Thank you for having me.
Great. I know people are excited. People are definitely excited to have you here. It looks
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I know. So it looks like some people are a little upset that I started a little late today. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was Ben and I were talking a little bit here.
Whoops.
sorry. But we're here. Don't worry. Here's Derpy says our glorious kings. Oh man,
Hey, Derpy, I know him.
Yeah, he gets around.
Yeah. He plays all sides.
Yeah, he does.
No, I think it's because of what we're talking about. The internet is very clicky, so I think he's part of our clique now.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take all the fans and all the viewers that we can get here for sure. Now, I don't expect my viewership, I should say, to be like it was the other day. I don't know. You did a live show also.
Yes. Yeah.
How was your show? Like, did it explode? Was it big?
No, the regular, it was between 25. No, it was like a steady 50 live views.
Really?
And I think when I did Comic-Con, that one exploded.
Yeah, the other day it exploded. I mean, not exploded, but for me, it was like it hit almost 400 at one point. I was like,
holy smoke, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I don't think today's going to hit that, but that's okay. You know, it's nice to see.
You mean to tell me that I don't bring the seats to the
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
I was feeling good about myself.
I was trying I'm actually trying to temper your expectations, letting you know I don't bring that people to the table. So. But let's get into it, guys. I know you're all excited about what transpired today.
What transpired today?
Oh, just a little sneak peek at Superman. Now, I am not going to play it because you know damn well we're going to get with a copyright, but I will just kind of skip through it here. I will say I am shocked that they played this, or not played this, but released this. I'm completely shocked because I really believed this would have been an exclusive for theaters, and there's part of me that thinks that was the plan originally. I do think it was the plan.
I think so too. I think, because now. Yes and no, because I got a feeling that it was a ploy to get more people to watch Minecraft, and they probably saw the analytics to see how much of an impact that news had on that film, and they say, okay, probably we can just release it online also the same day, because the people that were gonna buy those tickets just to see that, they already bought them.
Yeah, and
the people that they want to show it in front of the film, they're still gonna show it this week and next week also. So
for sure,
yeah,
for sure. I just well, first off, I don't know if they're going to show this after this weekend because it seemed like it was going to just be this weekend. They may continue it after this weekend. But Donovan here says, Donovan Martin, what's going on, man, says it was leaked everywhere.
Yeah, I think that played a factor too.
It really sucks because I have a couple friends, a couple people that I work with and that I know around town, and I saw the leaked footage and I actually went and grabbed it real quick before it got taken down. And I was kind of editing it to, try and crop it in as best as I could to get people's heads out of the way and things like that. Finally, I finished editing it and I was about to send it off to my friends. And I was like, oh, I got a couple messages. And I went and looked and somebody was like, James Gunn just posted. I was like, damn it.
I had a similar experience too. I watched it because it was online. I was like, let me watch it.
Yeah.
And because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go. Well, I wasn't going to go see Minecraft. Actually, no, I was gonna go. I was gonna pay for to see Minecraft, not to see Minecraft, but just to see the trailer,
Yeah.
because I'm like 3 blocks away from the movie theater. So I saw it, and I was like, oh, I loved it. And then 2 minutes later, I was thinking, man, I wish I could have reacted to this thing. And then boom, the HD came out, so I couldn't do a real reaction to it. I was like,
Yeah. I saw your reaction actually on TikTok. I was skimming through TikTok and I saw your
oh yeah,
reaction
that was
there.
the short version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, let's kind of break into this.
Yes.
Let's take a look here. I mean, I'm going to skim through it here.
Yeah.
I want to get your initial thoughts, though. I mean, it starts off. You get this beautiful landscape of, I guess it's the Arctic, or I don't know where it's going to be, North Pole, South Pole, wherever he's putting this at.
Yeah.
And then you get the look of Superman in the snow, similar from the initial teaser trailer.
Right.
Go ahead.
I really liked it. I mean, it's the same shot that we've seen before, with a little bit more. It's just that it show a couple of shots before he lands. But the only thing I was thinking about the entire time, it was, who the hell beat his ass up so bad?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, is James Gunn gonna depower Superman for his films?
That's a thing, because they've said that everything that we see is pretty much early on in the film.
Okay.
So, like, is this something that's early on in the movie? I don't know, and I don't know, man. I'm a little. I'm questioning it too. Like, what are they doing here? I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Yeah. And I mean, one of the out of the entire thing, because I watched multiple times, people had issues with the trunks, right? And not even once that thought entered my mind. At no point I said, "Oh, the trunks are wrong." Nothing. It was just about the entire scene, the scope of everything that was happening.
That's kind of the thing. You sit there and you start watching, because then you get into it. You're drawn into the movie and the story. You're not paying attention to his trunks or those details. You're paying attention to what's going on screen with the story.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I've really felt like, let's wait until we see this movie. That's why I always say wait for the movie, because when you watch the movie, it's going to be a total different experience than seeing behind the scenes set photos or just still images at all. You need to see the movie. And even, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit here, but people that are sitting there trashing this teaser right now.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
But we get him whistling. But let's just jump up here, because a lot of this is what we've seen already.
Yeah.
Krypto running over. But this is what's great. When I love this part, when Krypto runs over and then automatically just jumps on
him
to Superman, starts pouncing on him, trying to play with him, but Superman's just in pain and it's hurting him, and he's screaming in pain, and he's jumping, and then he grabs his boot and pulls his leg. And to me, I have a dog who is very rambunctious, very wild, not to this extent, obviously, but he is very wild, and I have to yell at him all the time to get down. Like, if I just call his name, like if I were to call his name right now, he'd run over to the gate to my living room and start like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, he just wants to, like, what do you want? What do you want? And that's how he is. I get it. Like, I completely get it.
Right.
But to you, what do you think about this little short scene here? Do you think it's over the top? Did you enjoy it? Was it funny? How do you feel?
I thought it was fine. I think it plays well with what happens next, because what happens next is a little bit more. It was a little bit more serious. So having this kind of playful moment kind of subvert the magnitude of the problems that's happening right now. The dude is broken inside because he got a couple of broken ribs. His intestines are torn, and so this kind of gives a little of balance to the gravity of the issue that's happening right now. So I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, excuse me. Man,
Are you dealing with a coffin too? Because I've been dealing with that.
no, just took a drink and it went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, okay.
Andre here says, although I really like the footage, I don't think it was the best scene to show and hype up the movie. As I said in my video that I posted yesterday, I think that this scene, because we had descriptions of it, I think it's perfect for what their plan was, which was putting it in front of Minecraft for families.
Right.
I think it's perfect. And I got a taste of it. When I saw that they officially released this, James Gunn released this, the first thing I did was I came downstairs to my 4-year-old, my 6-year-old, and my 10-year-old down here. And I said, guys, watch this. And I put it in front of them. That's the first thing I did with it. And my 4-year-old was like, holy crap, look at the puppy. It's a Superman puppy. That's what she said, Superman puppy. And she was like, what is he doing to Superman? And I was like, oh, he's just trying to play with them, and she's asking questions. She's getting into that little moment right there.
Right.
And that's kind of what this was all about, was trying to get kids into that moment. And that's what they were doing here. You put this whole scene in front of Minecraft, you get these little kids, the kids to be like, oh, look at that cute puppy. Oh, it's adorable. Oh, what's he trying to do? He's trying to play with Superman. That's adorable. And then you see that whole scene. But then the scene when he gets taken to the Fortress of Solitude, that's more for the adults to understand and see what's going on. There's some heaviness. There's some weight to this movie. What's going on? Superman got his ass kicked. Whoa, what's happening here?
Who
he
did
needs to
that?
get healed. Yeah. And that's more for the adults there.
Yeah.
That's why I think this was a perfect way to kind of, put this in front of a family film. I just think it was good. So, Andre, I kind of see what you're saying, because for you're not a kid. But when I sat there and watched it through my kids' eyes, I could see what they were looking at. And I think it's perfect for that.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about putting my daughter, grabbing my daughter and let her see. Now I'm thinking, let me play it for her to see how she will react. Because it's true. I didn't think about that. How the kid would react to this super pet playing around with Superman, and probably have those questions like your daughter did.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing, I shared it with my mom, and I sent a text message. I just said, hey, watch this and let me know what you think. She watched it and she goes, it looks really good. And that's all she said. And it's like, that is the thing. Like, my mother, she's not a comic book movie nerd.
Right.
She grew up and she grew up and she was an adult when 1978 Superman came out, and she thought it was, mind blowing back then.
Right.
And she liked it back then. But she's not somebody like us who goes and like hunts down comic book movies.
Yeah.
So her saying, hey, that looks really good after seeing this, that's showing you, okay, this is the general audience. You get your kids, you get your older adults, you're looking at this 4 quadrant of, you're older, you're younger, like you're hitting these quadrants that you need to hit, even with just this little clip.
And that should be the path that James, I think he did. I think that was the intention when he started on this path of creating this film, because giving you the 4 quadrant and getting all the entire family to watch this film is going to make it a success. This film needs to be a success, right? So once he does that, and he can play it safe, I'm sure that he's going to play it safe. He's probably going to take a couple of swings, not too many big swings, but I'm sure that he's going to do that as a director. But I think he's gonna play it safe, and then later on down the line he can take bigger risk with the character. Once it's in the consciousness of everybody who understands, okay, Karen Sweat is the new Superman. Oh, James Gunn is directing these films. Oh, this is part of the DCU. Yeah. Now he can say, that he established that's out there in the on the side guides. Now he can take big swings. Right now, he has to play safe. He has to do this type of things with the character, introduce the dog, have kids get enamored with a puppy, so that way, he makes money, because it's a business. He's not trying to make a movie to just, to please a specific demographic, like the sweaties, us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Jonathan Noble says, or it could be like a Deadpool montage where it's showing a middle scene in the beginning. In the beginning, reminiscence, so basically what we're seeing here, like if this is the beginning of like early on in the movie, it could be like we're seeing this in the beginning, and then it's like this is technically the middle of the movie, and then we get like a flashback to what leads up to this, kind of how like Deadpool did.
Oh, okay. Or it could be a flashback when he first became Superman and he just got his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, be interesting. I like this comment from Blood Ocean 07. The fortress appearing from the ice is incredible. I do agree.
I do agree with that too.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we get to that once Krypto finally grabs the cape from Superman here and starts running with him. I mean, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look like he goes too far. I don't know how long he runs for, but
it's like he was right around the corner.
Yeah, it's like Superman, you can make it that far. Come on, man.
Yeah, he didn't. He aimed too far off.
But right there is the fortress coming out, which is really incredible. I do agree that is a really cool scene, and that fortress looks fantastic. It really does. And I love the door. I love how it comes up and there's no emblem on it. And then once Krypto barks,
then you see it. It was very, it reminded me of my Adventures of Superman. Whenever Kal-El was around the ship and his father still didn't decode how to speak English. And the whole floor would light up with a Superman symbol. I thought he was going to get a key, like in All-Star Superman.
Oh yeah,
the key that nobody can lift.
I've seen people comment, and I think I have one of them that I'm going to pull up that says that Krypto CGI looks terrible.
What?
Like his eyes look dead, like they don't look real. I'm looking at this here, like this is like the best look of him.
Yeah,
I think he looks perfect.
He looks
like like a real dog.
What do people? Listen, I said, I think I tweeted this out. If you do not like this film, if you don't like James Gunn, and by now you still do not like what you've seen, nothing's gonna change your mind.
No, not at all.
Nothing's gonna change your mind. And I don't think neither one of us are trying to change anybody's mind. We're just finding out about this stuff that we love.
There's nothing. If you come out of watching this and you are not even interested at all, don't even bother going to see the movie.
Exactly. Well,
don't.
People are intentionally gonna go watch it for one purpose,
and don't even talk about it at this point.
Oh, they're not. That's not even a choice for them. That's not. There's nothing stopping them.
I think this is one moment, and I will agree here, and I'm hoping it gets cleaned up. But this here does look a little off when it comes to the special effects. Right here, if you look, like it does look a little off. I think it's just the way that everything is placed on here, because you have real life Superman, then you have
they look like they're floating a little bit.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
Things don't look perfect here, but. Maybe it gets cleaned up, but it's a very quick scene too.
Yeah.
But again, it's not terrible. It's not Flash bad. I can tell you that much.
Shots fired. Yeah, no, I don't think anything's that bad.
Yeah, but, and then we get here, and then it looks perfectly fine.
Yeah, the only thing, just to be fully transparent, also, the one thing I think that it was kind of a pet peeve of mine. I was like, why are they calling him Superman? Like they know his name is Kal-El. That was like, what?
I noticed that also when I was watching it, probably like the fourth or fifth time. I was like, they called him Superman. I thought that was a bit strange too.
Yeah.
But I wonder if when he's in the suit, they call him Superman, and if he's not in the suit, they maybe call him Kal-El.
Oh, that would be something a pragmatic robot would do.
Yes, exactly.
That is true.
And then, did you hear in the background when in this scene in particular? Did you hear the voice?
The Kal-El, yes,
talking, and even in a different language. People were thinking and speculating that that's actually Jor-El talking.
It was different languages because I
it's
heard
kind of like
Kal-El.
it's there's if you listen, it's a different language. Some think
Mm.
it could be Kryptonian,
Mm.
and that it's Jor-El.
Did you reveal who's playing Jor-El?
I mean, I did a video about it. I did do a
Okay.
video about it,
Okay.
but I don't know if everybody in the chat knows.
Okay.
I mean, it's been kind of talked about
Yeah,
everywhere.
everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. But did he sound like him?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. It really is. I mean, it's he doesn't really have a distinct voice to begin with.
That is true. Yeah.
So it's not like he's Morgan Freeman or anything.
Yeah, no. It's not like Dave Chappelle. That's Superman.
What if Dave Chappelle ended up being Jor-El?
Shit. What happened to you? He got fucked up. Who did this to you? Yo, I love Dave Chappelle. But imagine that. Dave Chappelle, that's Jor-El.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that was the only pet peeve that I had. Like, why are they calling him Superman?
Jonathan Noble says they call him Kal-El during the healing. I'd have to rewatch it and see that. Yeah, maybe I didn't catch that.
But oh man, one thing is that I like I love the aesthetics of these robots.
Yes,
they are very very retro, futuristic. What is the word I was looking for? Number 4.
I love the way the numbers look on there.
Yeah, but I think because they are AI sentient robots, right? And one of the things that people are bitching about, of course, robots. Why do you have robots? And like, okay, this is an alternate universe. This is an alternate timeline. James Gunn said it multiple times. This is an alternate reality. Like if you watch the show, I don't know if you watched Severance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Severance takes place in an alternate timeline, in an alternate universe?
I haven't watched all of Severance, and you don't worry about spoilers with me.
Okay.
But but
okay,
no,
but the whole thing takes place in an alternate universe, but everything is the exact same thing. Everybody has cars, houses, cell phone. It's the same technology. It just looks different. Right now, we have robots that this nut job is making. What's his name? Elon Musk. They don't look like this. But they're robots nevertheless. So I think it's just people try to push nonsense just to something to gripe about. But I thought this design was just absolutely perfect.
Andre says Dave Chappelle is Plastic Man.
Blood
Ocean is asking if you were trying to look for the word Art Deco.
No, Art Deco. Well, the letter is.
Yeah.
The lettering is.
Everybody keeps saying it's straight out of All-Star Superman. It is. Yes, it is.
It is All-Star Superman.
Yes, straight out.
The more I see this, the more it's All-Star Superman. Yeah. And even the story, I think the way that the film is gonna play out. I don't know if you read that comic book run.
Yes.
I think so it's going. I think because of the stupid leaks that came out the other day, that was something that I kind of picked up. It's like, hey, I don't mind that at all.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah. 12 is gonna die.
She can't die. She's cool.
But that's what James Gunn does. Like he already introduced you to this brand new robot who's like naivete, and she's so sweet, saying, "Oh, he smiled at me."
Yeah.
And then you see another shot of Superman holding one of the robot's hands. So I'm thinking that's number 12 there.
Probably. Yeah. I love this interior shot of the fortress.
Oh, yeah.
And what I like about it is because every time we've seen the fortress in different iterations, like Smallville, even 1978, Christopher Reeve, I'll just say Christopher Reeve's version, with his version, and anything else, they do the crystal, but they always make it so snowy and icy looking.
Yes.
This isn't like that. This is like it's crystal, but then there's like rock.
Yeah, because it's sitting on a bedrock, and you can see it here. Yeah,
I
Makes
do like
sense.
that.
What I love is right. Is it before the shot or after the shot? I don't know if you're gonna play it. This is all Kryptonian technology.
Yeah.
See, like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking at this, I'm just looking. Oh, look at Superman. Look at number 12. Why is he sitting on? Like the last thing that I thought about was the trunks.
Yeah, I didn't even. Even here, I wasn't looking at the trunks. I'm looking at
See?
the robots. I'm looking at his, this here, like the S. I'm looking at all
Yeah.
that. I'm looking at this. Yeah, I'm not. I don't care about the trunks.
Yeah, that looks so perfect. I
Mm.
like this the way the
The fortress
fortress
turns
just
right here.
turns around to look for the sun where the sun is located. Just like
Yes.
it's like, oh God, even like it's alive. I don't. Of course, it's not alive. I'm sure
Yeah.
they turn. There's some mechanics behind it, but just the fact that they thought about that of having the fortress turn where the sun is, so that way he can get blasted.
Yeah. What else do we got? And then this is where the sun then gets put right on him,
Yeah.
magnified on him. Now, what do you think about this? Him being in pain here, because this is a controversial little scene where some people, not everyone, but some people
Right.
are freaking out.
Well, the thing is that his bones are broken. So, and the bones are healing back again. They're attaching themselves back again. So I would imagine that's painful.
Yeah, I mean, it's people were sitting there saying, "Don't they understand? Doesn't James Gunn understand that the sun heals him? It doesn't hurt him. No, it's not the sun hurting him. It's
It's
his bones, his organs
yes,
healing
they're
and
rearranging. Everything
yeah,
is so that will hurt.
yeah. What I don't care who you are, it's gonna hurt.
I don't know if you ever had your shoulder pop out of socket.
No, but I've had
Oh my God,
I've
dude.
had some pretty painful things in my
Yeah,
day, so
that is a pain that I cannot describe. So yeah, so that's painful when they put
yeah.
in your shoulder back in. Like this one, I cannot even scratch my back because it pops out
Mm.
because I had a little mishap. But anyway, so yeah, so I can imagine that like all his whatever bones that he got that are broken are healing back again. That will be painful.
Yeah. I like now this, like when we got the teaser trailer, it was just kind of the stars with the blue that was more reminiscent of
Mhm.
1978.
Yep.
I like this better than that. I like the little shades of different colors. I get streaks in the background with this color scheme here. I like this a lot more with the titles coming up.
Yes, it does look far better with the logo at the
And
end.
and then this is still the money shot of
Yeah.
anything that we've seen. But we do get extended shots in this teaser. It isn't just a normal teaser because this shot is a little bit extended. He comes out and he goes, he's back. He
Hmm.
actually says a line here. And then we get a scene of him against the kaiju again. We get Hawk Girl again.
So that scene is also a little bit longer.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was slightly longer.
Yeah, just milliseconds.
Yeah.
But it was.
Him going into the planet again. This was slightly longer as well
Yes.
because I'm just because
Yeah.
we
See that's new. That's
yeah,
new.
and he's holding the cup. We
Yep.
didn't see that before.
No.
Wonder if it's a Batman cup. Everybody has a Batman cup. That's got to be a
It could
Batman
be.
cup.
It could be a Superman cup. It could be a real narcissistic. Like, hey,
Or it's a James Gunn cup because James
this
Gunn's a narcissist,
merch. The Superman merch. Remember when we saw behind the scenes that there was Superman merch
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah.
windows? What if it's that dude is like, I'm Superman, might as well buy a cup with my
Gotta support myself somehow, right?
I mean, I don't know if you've done that. I have a number
Fortress
one
isn't
dad.
cheap.
Was that?
The Fortress isn't cheap.
That's true. gotta sell merch.
Yeah. Donovan brings up a great point. We haven't talked about it yet. Is the theme, the music, the score in the background is different.
It's to me. I love one of the things is that a lot of people were concerned about the needle drop because James Gunn. It is, that is his style to have a lot of needle drops in his films, and I think that's why I didn't like the Suicide Squad because I'm not a fan of that film. And I know a lot of people love it, but I don't like the overabundance of needle drops that film has. And just to hear an actual score playing, I was like, this is perfect. And it's kind of a version of the John Williams classic theme song. Kind of starts off with that, but then he builds on top of it.
Yes.
So I think, and I said that on my reaction, I love the entire score because it feels, that's a Superman theme. It's like, and I think you said it also. It's like when you hear Star Wars. What's the name of the theme song?
With the Force theme?
No, this
I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't
know. There's 3 theme songs that are very popular in the Star Wars universe. And this is a Palpatine song, but there's another one, and there's 2 others. Anyway, when you hear the Star Wars song, you know, okay, you're about to watch a Star Wars IP. So I think,
okay.
So having that theme song,
okay.
So having that theme song in there of what's his name? Ryan Murphy. No, Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy. Yeah.
Having him build on top of
John
that.
Murphy.
John Murphy. Ryan Murphy. Who's Ryan Murphy, by the way?
Ryan Murphy's a TV creator.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, John Murphy. He actually made it sound a little bit fresh, modern. He modernized the old classic Superman theme song, and it sounds glorious.
It does. I think it sounds fantastic. I do. I think it's great. I love how it built in this new look here, this new teaser. It built a different way. It gave us a new sound, not a new sound, but a new taste of the music. I liked it. I thought it was great. But and then for me this year,
this is flawless victory. Like if this would have ended with SpongeBob Sweet Victory.
Yeah, this was great. I think that they did a phenomenal job with this. I call it teaser number 2 because it is slightly different than the first one.
It's an extended teaser.
It's an extended teaser, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw, he did, not this here. James Gunn did say, because somebody said, this is so excited for this movie, it brings me tears every time I see this trailer. He goes, thank you so much, though I don't consider it a trailer, more a sneak peek, I guess. I'm actually just finishing up the next trailer for you all now, and oh boy, am I excited for you to see it.
The 18th, baby?
It's got to be, right? It's got to be the 18th. It's got to be.
I think so, too. What if it's before? I don't think it's going to be before that.
It's not. It can't be before that. I think probably in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. What is it? The 3rd. So probably in about 10, 12 days, something like that. We'll probably get something from him saying, hey, be on the lookout on the, April 18th, something, a little tease about Superman Day. Yeah. And we'll start getting a little tease building up to that.
So if it get, because the only thing because if it drops on the 18th of this month, that's still 2.5 months away from the release date. So that will be the first official trailer. How many more trailers are we going to get before the film?
We'll get one more. I mean, you get one in April, and then they'll throw out another one in May. Maybe end of May, beginning of June. They'll throw out one more. And then after that, it'll be just a bunch of TV spots.
Okay.
That's pretty typical.
Okay. All right. Sounds solid.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. I want to see, because there's no, the first line that we heard, it was from Lex Luthor. I want to hear Lex Luthor deliver some lines. Because I love, full disclosure, I love Man of Steel. Man of Steel, to me, is probably one of the greatest comic book films ever made. And I was so disappointed with BVS Jesse Eisenberg's performance. So, and I know a lot of people love it, but I do not like one single bit. That's the only thing I don't like about that film. It was Jesse Eisenberg's performance. So I'm hoping to see a great performance from Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. So I want to hear him deliver some lines.
Yeah, I think we definitely will. I think we will. Here's some.
Go on, dude. Sorry.
Here's some reactions to the footage today.
God, that dude. Listen, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think this dude is that is his bread and butter. That is his bread and butter. I said many times that he does this because the people that watch him are there for that. They are there for the hate. The thing, go back to the top. What's the name of the channel? Is
Aaron Fisher, My Review.
My Reviews. So this is what I find funny about that name right now. I just noticed. Like your channel and my channel, like you do a lot of reviews you talk about Star Wars and other IPs, right?
Yeah.
Right. And my channel is all DC content. So there is a specific intent to make specific content, right?
Mm-hmm.
You make it about Star Wars, DC. I make it about DC and that's it, right? So that is my channel. Like even my logo, it morphs from a DC to my logo, and so I don't understand what is his channel about. His channel is about hating everything DC because 9 out of 10, it's fuck James Gunn, fuck Warner Brothers, fuck the Superman movie, like. What is your channel about, dude? Because it's not about reviews.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I've had long conversations with him, and he does do other things on his channel. He does review movies. He does.
I'm sure he does, but it's just 9 out of 10. Like you cannot call your channel review anything if you 9 out of 10 you're shedding on a specific IP. Because I don't think he talks this. He spent this much time hating Marvel IP, any Marvel movies. And the thing is that it's the bullshit that most of this channel, not just his, most of these channels do, is that they spend when they talk about specific director, they do it with respect, right? Mm-hmm. And as they should, right? With every director. You know what? I didn't like the movie. The movie didn't work for me. I don't want to say the name of the film, but I think you know which film, the last film that Zack Snyder made that didn't resonate with a lot of people. The way that it was reviewed was with an amount of decency that you're supposed to have for the directors and the work that they did, right? It didn't work for me. The cinematography was amazing because it was, but the story didn't work for me. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. But when you see a trailer, not a trailer, a teaser trailer, and you're using language like, this is a disaster, this is trash, this is a disrespect on the characters, like who the fuck talks like that?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Who the fuck? Like, if I speak to my coworker, dude, did you see that trailer? This is the conversation. Yeah, I saw it. What do you think about it? It wasn't for me. Oh, yeah, I didn't like it either. Okay, let's move on. Nobody says, dude, that was a disrespect on the character, the legacy of the character, blah, blah. Nobody talks like that. So what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing, it's not just with him, but it's other people. They refuse to acknowledge that people are allowed to have different iterations of the character. They're allowed to have their own artistic spin on different characters. James Gunn was hired to do a job to do this, and he's doing it. It may not resonate with him. It may not. That's the beauty of art. That's the beauty of film. It's subjective.
Subjective, yeah.
And it may not hit with him. It may not hit with his viewers. but his viewers, I mean, he's got what, 4 or 5,000 subscribers. That's 4 or 5,000 people that it may not hit with.
Yeah.
That's a, drop in the bowl for, drop in a bucket for how many people are out there actually going to go watch this movie. And that's what it comes down to, is like, okay, those 4 or 5,000 people don't really mean anything to the grand scheme of this movie and how many people are going to see it. And out of all the people that are going to see it, I'm sure a lot of people are going to like it.
Yep.
And they can't grasp that. And when you try to explain it to those people, and I know he hates this, but they always will sit there and say, well, what about the artistic integrity that they didn't give Zack Snyder? And it's like, we're not talking about that. That was a different regime. That was a whole different situation that sucked. Yes, I agree. You agree. Other people agree. That sucked. And what happened then was terrible.
Yep.
But that wasn't David Zaslav. That wasn't Peter Safran. That wasn't James Gunn. Now is now, and they're doing what they are doing now. Let him do his thing, and that's all it comes down to. But these people who are obsessed with just trashing on Warner Brothers and DC right now, they just can't see past what happened in the past. They can't put that behind them and say the past happened, it sucked. But we're past it now. Like it's in the past, it's done, it happened. Let's move forward. They just can't do that, and that's their biggest problem.
Yeah, and having somebody who continues to galvanize that mentality, it just makes it worse.
Yeah,
because I think they have found, because they do feel marginalized, and I understand, because I wanted to see the Snyderverse continue. I wanted to see Henry Cavill come back, but when that didn't happen, I just couldn't hold on to that because I love DC, the IP. It's the way how. This is the way that it goes. He comes as a director. He directs his films, and then he just moves on. And another director comes and plays with this in the sandbox, and then it's gonna compete. It's then 10 years from now, somebody else is gonna play with his characters again, and you cannot be holding on to the one that resonates with you, because then you're gonna cheat yourself out of probably an amazing experience.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate, but. Yeah, and what bothers me about that artistic integrity thing, I think it's bullshit. I think that they're full of shit, every single one of them. Anybody that said that screamed artistic integrity and then turns around and shits on everything that James Gunn does is a hypocrite.
Yes.
Because you can say, and many of my friends that I speak to, they say, this is not for me. That's an adult thing to say. This is not for me. I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna focus on other things. That's fair. But when you say artistic integrity, but only when it's Zack Snyder, but when it's James Gunn, it's trash. When it's James Gunn, he's disrespectful. He doesn't understand the characters. This is he's a P, you know what? And like all these things, like, okay, so I thought we were fighting for artistic integrity for every director that comes into the studio lot and they come with a vision. That vision is respected. Mm-hmm. But now you're telling me it feels like it's only for a specific person. So to me, that's disingenuous. I don't vibe with that.
Yeah, I don't get it. We got another one here that I looked him up because I thought, hey, if anybody's going to trash on this footage, it's going to be this man here. And he didn't. I was kind of shocked. I'm not going to lie. Matt Jarbo says,
out of my mind.
The Superman teaser was fine. It did get a chuckle out of me when I recognized that Alan Tudyk was voicing one of the robots. I still don't like the idea of the first glimpse we get of him is that he is bruised and beaten, but we shall see what happens. I was shocked. Like I thought that he was going to trash all over it, but he didn't. And the reason why I pulled this one up is because I want to show even my viewers that let's remember that there are people out there who they may be trashing on the movie and everything, but as more footage comes out, they may change their tune, and they can change their tune.
Yeah.
And Matt Jarbo may be one of those ones that does change his tune. I have not gotten a chance to sit down and talk with him. I want to. I told him I wanted to. We had our little back and forth a few weeks ago.
Sure.
And I want to have my conversation with him. Heck, there's another one, Sean O'Rourke. He's stopped into the chat here a couple times. I'm hoping to get him on the show next week, actually.
Okay.
So he and I can talk. So that's what I like to do. I like to actually have a conversation instead of just going back and forth in chat or things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to have a conversation. And sometimes the only way to get their attention, and you've probably seen me, I post videos about them because that gets their attention. Then I can get their attention.
Yeah, they are a sensitive bunch.
They sure are. Somebody, it's funny because somebody a while ago was like, "Hey, somebody posted a video about you." I was like, "Really?" And I saw somebody did a short about me, and I was like, "Huh, that's pretty cool." And I just forgot about it after that.
I saw. I think. Aaron Review. He did a video about a tweet that I don't even remember what it was, but I found it hilarious.
Yeah.
But but they're very sensitive. I think I did. On Sunday I was just home doing nothing, and I did a AI. Remember, I think AI toy Snyder Cult, whatever. And it was just a happy coincidence that it looked like somebody from that universe. Oh my goodness, everybody's lost their shit over that. I was like, what the hell is going on? I was laughing my ass off the entire day. But yeah, because talking about Dave Chappelle, the internet is not a real place. So.
I got a comment on one of my videos the other day that said, the way you make facial expressions and the way you talk with your hands in your videos just automatically makes me not want to watch your videos anymore. I'm like, wow, sorry, I didn't know I couldn't have a face and talk with my hands. Like,
wow.
Like, all right.
Yeah, that's the internet for you. Yeah. You can say, I like oranges. Well, why you like oranges and you don't like apples? I didn't say anything about apples. Do you hate apples? Are you a apple hater? That's pretty much how the internet is. Weird.
Anyways, and the last one I'm going to cover is Sean O'Rourke here. He kind of digs at this trailer big time. He goes, I've seen the new trailer. The extended footage has poorly written dialogue for the robot who is not a sentient being, which is spoon-feeding information to the audience. If these robots have been with Superman for years in the Fortress of Solitude, he would know this information, but saying it out loud was designed for the audience, setting up what's to come later in the film. And of course, the robots are being all jokey as Superman is being carried away to get rays of yellow sun to repair him. A solid written script wouldn't have to spell it all out, but James Gunn thinks the audience is either dumb or needs all the extra dialogue to have everyone understand the new universe. Krypto doesn't feel real. They could have used a real dog for close-ups, but he has dead eyes and appears to have no weight when walking or bouncing around. It just clearly feels like VFX. The new trailer is just the Fortress of Solitude sequence with teaser trailer in it. The Lois interview with Superman is not included in front of Minecraft.
Go ahead.
So this is where I saw the Krypto stuff, which I think is complete BS. I think Krypto looked great. When were the robots jokey? There was no jokey with the robots at all.
No.
And when they're talking, Superman's hurt and he goes, Thank you. Because that's something Superman would do regardless
be kind,
if he knows or not. He would say thank you. And then the robot saying that is exactly what a robot would do in that situation, saying, look, you don't need to thank us because we have no feelings. Like that's what a robot would do in that situation. Yes. Like everything makes sense there. I just, man, again, it's another person that's just looking for a reason to try and undercut this movie and being bad before it comes out.
Every time a trailer drops, there is always this armchair critics. I'm sure this man has written some profound scripts himself, right? Okay, and I'm sure he's a CGI expert and also an expert in cinematography. So I'm sure he knows what he's talking about.
No, I'm sure.
Is he any of those things, by the way?
Well, I've had a little bit of a discussion with him in the chat. Like I said, I'm hopefully going to have him on my show next week. I requested or asked him to jump on the show next week.
Sure.
I think he stated something along the lines of worked in marketing or something like
sakes.
that. I don't know, something in that regard, or his wife worked in marketing or something. I don't know. That's why I want to talk with him. I want to understand where he's coming from and why he views it this way. I just want to understand it. That's all.
You know what? I'm not trying to invalidate his opinion because it is an opinion. But when you put statements out, making it sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about, that's where it like bothers me. Like, why? Like, if you do not, like, if you start off with, I feel, I think, this is our subjective statements that you're making.
Yeah.
But when you put in things out there saying the CGI was this, the the jokes didn't land because of whatever, or the robot said this, and validating the gravity of the issue at hand, and so that means the script is what blah blah. Are you a script writer? Are you a these are the things that kind of irks me. But I'm not saying that he shouldn't have an opinion, but making statements like that as if you are an expert. I really would like. I'm not trying to diminish his line of work because everybody's path is different, but I just don't understand why I would get out. Why would somebody get out of their lane to say something that is not within their wheelhouse?
Yeah.
Like my wheelhouse. I'm an IT professional. And my thing is, like, I love this movie. I love what I'm seeing. And I always, whenever I speak about this movie or any IP, is from my point of view. It's not trying to say something that sounds profound, like, or deep. I don't know. Like, the way that he framed this whole thing, it feels like he knows he's a script doctor or something like that.
Yeah.
And if he isn't, then I think he should shut the fuck up and stick to his opinions.
I agree. I do agree. We're getting close to the end. I mean, we got a little more than 10 minutes left, around 10 minutes left, something like that. But I do want to bring this up.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to forget this because it does hit the DC family. It does.
Yeah, it does.
And I was a huge fan of Val Kilmer. I mean, come on, Top Gun,
yes.
Batman Forever. One of my favorite movies that he was ever in. Kiss Bang Bang.
That movie doesn't get talked about a lot.
I worked at Hollywood Video when that movie came out, and I was a manager at one of the stores. That movie came out, and we used to have on the front counter, it was our picks, like our top picks every year. Like, we would change, like, here's our movie of the year type of thing. And that was on mine actually for like 2 years. Like, I didn't want to remove. I love that movie so much. I love
that movie.
It is so good, and he is so funny in that movie. So he's so funny in that. Him and RDJ. That should have been Robert Downey Jr.'s coming back out party. It really should have been. I mean, it was Iron Man a couple years later, but but yeah. I mean, for me, it was hard to hear this because he was a big part of my life growing up. I mean, Batman Forever was 1989. Batman was huge for me. I mean, I talk about this all the time.
Sure.
Before, like, my dad died when I was 4 years old. Some of my memories with him were sitting on his lap watching Adam West Batman reruns. And when 1989 Batman finally came out and I got to see it, it was kind of like, man, I wish my dad could have seen it type of thing. I wish he would have been able to see it because he was such a big Batman fan. Now, not at 4 years old did I think that, but like as I got older, it was always like, oh man, I wish he would have seen it, that kind of thing. And so I've always been a big Batman fan. But when Batman Forever came out, I was almost 10 years older. I was just about 10 years old. It was at 95, 96, something like that. I was like 9 or 10 years old, whatever it was when I came out. But it hit at the right moment for me. Like, everything, the bright lights, the neon lights in it, just the aesthetic, the goofiness in it. It reminded me of the Adam West Batman.
It was,
but updated and just better. And it was Val Kilmer too. So I watched that movie so much as a kid on repeat. It was that or Star Wars I was watching when I was a kid. So to hear, you know, Val Kilmer passing away, it's tough. I mean, again, I was a big fan of Top Gun. You know, him as Doc Holliday and Tombstone.
Yeah.
The Real Genius, he was great in. I mean, you could
The
go
Saint.
The Saint, Heat. Come on, Heat.
Heat. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, The Doors.
The Doors. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go down the list for things, but yeah, seeing such a dynamic actor go at a young age, and I know that he, you know, we all saw that he was suffering from throat cancer.
Yeah.
More than 10 years ago, and he fought and battled and came back, and then he was in Top Gun Maverick and stuff, and he has another movie coming out that he's in, I believe. I think I heard that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think there's one more coming out. I don't know if he's in or if he wrote it or something, but there is a movie that he was part of that's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it just sucks, and it's from pneumonia too that he passed away from. So it's difficult, but yeah, I mean, it's
yeah, that was sad. I love him in as Doc Holliday in Tombstone, but Batman is the one that kind of is like, yeah, he was my Batman for a very long time. I still love. I watched it last night. I was like, man, this movie still holds up a little bit. I did. You're right. That movie was a continuation of the Adam West, a modernized version of the Adam West Batman. Even though he didn't do the bat tooth scene, all of that stuff, but he had three villains. Two. The Riddler and Two-Face.
Yeah.
Well, Two-Face is too okay. So yeah, semantics. But yeah, so and they were very over the top. So it was a fantastical Batman. I still remember getting chills watching the trailer and watching it in theaters, because I learned how to appreciate Batman Returns after I got older, and how I started, and when I started dissecting films in a different way. But when I was little, I hated it because it's like, what? This is the end?
Oh.
Yeah. So when I saw Forever, I was like, oh, this is a movie. This is a Batman movie. Yeah. So I really liked
and come on, I mean, like I said, I was like 9 or 10 years old, so I was just starting to get into girls, and Nicole Kidman at that age. I mean, come on.
Miss Chase Meridian. You know what's funny? I remember that I was showing it to my kids, because I'm way older than you. I was showing it to my kid, and I remember when he said the bat signal is not a beeper, and my son turned to me, what the fuck is a beeper?
That makes me feel old too, man. Don't worry.
Yeah. So I had to explain to him, no, before you people text you, and then you would get a phone number, and then you would go to a payphone. Yeah, what the fuck is a payphone?
Blood Ocean asked if we would care to want to see the Schumacher cut, and I do. I would love to see the Schumacher cut.
Yes, I would. Yeah, I would too.
I'm always up for seeing that kind of stuff. If it ever happens, that'd be great. If not, I still enjoy what Batman Forever is, but I would like to see it if I could see it.
I met Schumacher once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in New York. I stopped. He was walking towards me, and I say, "Is that Joe Schumacher? Joe, how you doing, Joe?" Say, "Hi, how you doing?" And he turned around, grabbed my Nokia flip phone, and I took a picture. I don't know what that picture is, but he was a sweet guy.
That's awesome.
Before he passed away, R.I.P. to.
Yeah. It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Was it? No, I feel like it feels longer.
Was it longer than that?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think it was.
Critic Chris says Bob Kane thought Kilmer was the best as both Wayne and Batman. I think I'd agree to this day. I've said that for quite some time. I think he was the best of both.
A great Wayne. I think he was a perfect Wayne.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
definitely better than Clooney.
Yeah. That's not a high bar, though.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
some other things that popped up today. If you are a DC Studios Fan First subscriber, you have gotten early access to a new exclusive t-shirt. So go check your emails. You can get exclusive shirt here. It's the Superman shirt. Now, I will warn you, if you're a bigger guy like me, you probably won't be able to buy it because they don't have it in your size. But I tried.
They run small because I bought one because I'm a large, right? So I bought a large, and when I put it on, it was really tight. I gave it to my wife, so I had to order an extra large. So they do run small, or maybe I'm just in denial and I'm already extra large.
maybe.
Yeah, I think it's the latter.
Yesterday, James Gunn wished a happy anniversary to Sergeant Rock. So that was just yesterday. I think that's kind of giving us official notification, like, hey, there's a Sergeant Rock movie coming, because he's doing.
He already said that we get it.
Yeah, I think he did. What was that, last month? Whenever they did that little get together.
Correct. Yeah.
And then we had some behind the scenes images of Aaron Pierre on the set of Lanterns. Can't really ascertain much of anything from this at all.
Just that he doesn't have the ring. I guess
no.
The Guardian haven't proposed yet.
Yeah. He's got really nothing going on here, but I can't wait for this show. I can't wait for it.
Lindelof never misses.
No, not at all. And CinemaCon announced that the Summer of Superman has officially begun, everyone. So we're here, guys. It's exciting.
We're in the thick of it.
Finally, we've been waiting for so long. But before we close up, I mean, you can ask or say what you're going to say here. But after that, I want to get your thoughts on CinemaCon. But say what you're going to say.
Actually, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I was a little bit disappointed. But the thing is, like, that I should know better because it's a corporate event. It's for the movie theaters. But look, today they released some behind the scenes for Thunderbolts and some marketing materials that for people to consume, even though it's not trending. Like, Superman's still trending. But I wanted to get a little bit more, I don't know, a poster or some information about Supergirl, because that's a film that is in the pipeline. And getting a trailer, I was 50-50. I was like, you know what? If I don't get a trailer, that's fine. But at least let me get some information on Supergirl. Let me get some information at least on the Batman, which is supposed to be already start shooting at the end of the year. And we didn't get nothing on that. Clayface is another film that is already being greenlit, and Sergeant Rock. So that was the only disappointing thing. Like, why wouldn't get anything about those other
films? To be fair, the only film that's coming out before next CinemaCon is Superman. Every other film for DC Studios comes out after next CinemaCon. And typically CinemaCon does cover the next 12 months. And I know other studios have talked about other films
further down. Yeah,
they have. But most of the studios, what they'll do is they'll just say, like, well, take Universal. They said How to Train Your Dragon 2 is coming. It's announced. There you go.
And the first one is not even out yet.
Yeah. But they just said it's coming. We already know these other films are coming, so we don't need any of that. Let's see, what else did somebody do? Warner Brothers Animation gave us, or not us, but gave the fans in attendance a quick look at Dynamic Duo, which doesn't come out till 2028. Now, the reason why they did that is it's brand new technology, new type of animation, and they're excited to show it off. They want people to start talking about it because it's something brand new.
Right.
That makes sense to me, and I get it. Don't get me wrong, because I was hoping that we would get something more, but I don't know if you saw my posts on X leading up to CinemaCon. I was trying to temper everybody's expectations.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Everybody calm down, because you have to figure, one, they want everybody to focus on Superman right now. So get ready, get focused on Superman. I can guarantee next CinemaCon, it's going to be huge for DC. They'll have Supergirl, they'll have Clayface, they'll have Sergeant Rock. They probably will even talk about the Batman at that point in time. They may even have more in the
Very
pipeline.
bold.
But maybe, who knows? Maybe World's Finest, whatever this next project is that James Gunn is working on.
I think it's the World's Finest.
Yeah. So at that point in time, think of next CinemaCon, what it's going to be. Like, that's what's going to be big. We've known for how long now that we're kind of in a holding pattern, just because they need to get this DC universe launched. They need to launch it. They need to get people accustomed that, hey, this is a new universe. This is Superman. As much as I hate to say it, and I know you hate to hear it, and everybody else hates to hear it, they have to see how well it does.
I agree with you on that 100%.
So they don't want to shoot their wad off before they
this one delivers.
Yeah. So I think that's partially why they didn't do a lot. But my issue with what happened, my biggest issue, is James Gunn comes out and he goes, "You're in for a bunch of surprises," or something like that.
Yes.
He shouldn't have said that. That was just bad. Like, he should have just come up and said, "Hey, we got a lot to talk about Superman," and then left it at that, and then just gone. Not saying you're in store for a few surprises or whatever he said like that. But yeah,
it could have been that they changed plans last minute too, because that's a possibility too. Probably because they spend way longer than the usual. Usually it's 10 minutes per film, but they spend 30 minutes on the whole Superman.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, people upset about not hearing about the Batman, that's 2 years away. The Batman thing, I was like, okay, I wish I could hear something, but at the same time, I did think about that. I was like, no, it's too far away. But one thing that I was really thinking that we were going to get is something about Supergirl. Supergirl was the only thing that was like, I feel like that's going to be a short shot. But but at the same time, I got to be I got to think the same way that you framed it. That that movie is going to come out. It's going to come out months before the next CinemaCon, and they can talk about it then. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So I'm pumped. I think everything that we've seen, that we've gotten so far for Superman, I think has been great. Warner Brothers panel, I think, was solid. It wasn't great. It was solid. But I think we got April 18th, Superman Day. I have to believe we're going to have something cool that day, even if it's not a trailer, which I think it's going to be a trailer. It better be James Gunn.
I think I wouldn't.
I will. You guys could, all of you here, you can hear it from me first here. If we don't get a trailer on April 18th, it won't be on the 18th, but I'll tell you this, on the 19th, I will write a very unhappy message to James Gunn.
Yeah. Well,
because I'm pushing for a day of like happiness and positivity on April 18th. Like, I'm not going to push anything on, like, if any of the naysayers, I'm not going to say anything to them. They can be all unhappy as they want to be. I'm just going to push all positivity on April 18th, just talking about Superman all day, exciting stuff, my favorite moments and everything. That's all I'm doing on April 18th. And that's what I'm pushing for all my viewers, all the people that watch me here and that talk to me, all my followers. That's what I think we all should do on April 18th. Forget about all the naysayers. Let's just push positivity on Superman Day. So that's what I'm going to do. But if James Gunn doesn't drop a trailer that next day, I'm coming after you, man.
We're going hard after him.
It's going to be a very, very unhappy letter coming your way. Dear James Gunn.
I'm sure that Silver Age, shit. It just popped into my head. That was the thing. That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Dude. It was driving me insane that I couldn't remember that what I was gonna say at the beginning of the show when I was trying to describe the robots. They look very Silver Age. I'm sorry, but yeah, sorry, I just took you off the rails there. But yeah, I will write a letter with you.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I will. I think he should give us something, at least saying, "Hey, a trailer is coming at the end of the month," or something to get our mouth water, or announce something. maybe Supergirl trailer. No, that's too early.
No,
It's too early.
no,
It's too
no,
early. Way too early.
too
Oh
early.
my God! What did I just
Too
say?
early.
What the hell did I just? I didn't think one. I didn't
Dude,
think
we're
one.
not going to get a teaser until after Christmas for that.
No,
so,
yeah.
way too early.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right, man. But I'm going to start winding this down. Where can people find you who don't know who you are? I'm in my chat, which I think everybody here probably watches you.
You mean to tell me nobody knows me here? Like you invited on an unknown? Just kidding. You can follow me on Real Anarchy on Twitter, and follow me on YouTube also, where I do live streams on Fridays, 7:30, sometimes 7:30ish. I'm not that committed. So if you so because I do this for fun, this is my hobby for when I have time. So if you expect me to be there every Friday at 7:30, maybe don't want to subscribe to you don't want to subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to his channel. Help him out, man.
Yeah, help my brother out. No, I'm kidding. I'm there on Fridays, 7:30 ish, on Real Anarchy on Twitter and on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube. TikTok is really hard to crack into, man. That's a freaking hard algorithm.
It really is.
I don't know why.
I just post my YouTube shorts on there, and I don't. If it hits it, great. If not, I don't care. It's just getting my branding and everything out there. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
That me too.
But hey, we may not have TikTok after this Saturday. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, whatever. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, man. It was great, and we'll definitely do it again.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. Maybe on if they drop, you know what? If they drop the trailer on the 18th, what day does it fall on? What's the 18th?
I have a calendar right here. April 18th is a Friday.
I do live streams on Friday, so I guess you're gonna join me on that Friday.
I guess I'll have to. Yeah, we'll figure it all out because that is WrestleMania weekend. So
oh no, yeah, okay.
No, that doesn't start until Saturday, so we should be okay.
Priorities, I get it.
But we'll figure it out. Definitely,
we play by ear.
Yeah, we'll play by ear. But all right, man. Thank you so much, everybody else. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you all for watching tonight, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. There we go. There's the music. I was wondering what it was.